Welcome back to the Lucky Orange Show, our short form podcast where each episode we're giving you 3 rules to build better website experiences. My guest today is Ross Correia, the co-founder and CEO of Reactiv. And as you'll hear shortly, Reactiv is rethinking how the journey from click to purchase goes, how that ad funnel performs. So today, Ross is bringing us 3 rules to get from click to purchase faster. Let's go talk to Ross. 3 rules for getting people to buy faster from click to checkout. What's the first rule?
Yeah, and I think in the contents of kind of like ads as well, Reactiv and Reactiv Clips were really focused on removing friction between that first ad click and first purchase. So the number one rule, I think, is to respect the click. So if someone clicks on your ad, there's true intent there. It's not just curiosity or browsing, it's actual intent. So the worst thing you could do is take that high intent person and send them to a website with pop-ups and cookie banners and capture walls and long wait times. Every single step that you add there kills conversion. So the goal is simple. Add immersive experience with a Reactiv clip and checkout. Nothing in between. That's rule number one. Do you want me to just like go with the 3 or you're going to keep
let's dig into that a little bit. So okay. I think when we look at reports, we kind of dismiss clicks as like it's the highest number because everything funnels down from there. And we think of clicks as just like all these random people that have arrived to our site. They're nobody to us until they've taken the next step. But I like the idea of saying somebody's there, they clicked for a reason. Unless you're doing some sort of foolery with your ads and you got them to click it to get a free iPad or something when that's not your offer. You got them there with a specific reason. And so take advantage of it, respect it. How do you then field maybe a pushback there that says, well, now that we've gotten them in our ecosystem, we need to throw everything we can at them to try and get them to convert and give them as many paths to convert as possible? How do you kind of deal with that as opposed to let's make it a seamless, easy experience? It's like, let's throw all our tools at them all at once.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's just this pent up like fatigue from having that happen. I mean, how many times have you been forced to do something or, fill out a form and it's like, oh, in one easy step. And then you're 15 minutes later and you're still filling out this stinking form. So it's like people just want simplicity, right? I think that's why ads on Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat, TikTok, all these channels work so well is you click on it and they just want to go exactly where it was. I want to buy that dress. I want to buy that watch. I want to buy that pair of shoes. And every single thing that you're putting in there is kind of getting in the way. And I know with web now, you have these regulatory things, right? If you are tracking, you must have the cookie pop up and you need to be able to support that. And so, we have this wild, and I know it sounds wild today, but we have this thesis that app clips and being able to experience it natively is kind of the future because we don't have those pop-ups. And I think conversion shows from it, the merchants using it, which is really interesting.
Can you, before we go too far, give a quick overview of what app clips are? Because I don't know if there's necessarily space to go fully in, but like what is the kind of overarching workflow with an app clip that makes it so special for people?
Yeah, this is like the craziest thing. And app clips have been around for about 3-4 years and no one knows about them. And so what an app clip is, the easiest way to understand it is being able to almost stream a part of a mobile app directly to your phone in real time without ever having to go to like the app store, installing, go through an onboarding flow. And it's fully native to your iOS device. So there's no like, you're not doing it through Safari, you're not doing it through your browser. It's like streaming a mobile app to your phone. So you may have experienced it with like DoorDash or TikTok or Google Maps. Most of the time our customers try it and they're like, I didn't even know I was in a mobile app. It's just content top to bottom. There's no URL bar. It's really, really cool.
Yeah. And it's an Apple technology. You guys are really the only ones building on this, making it happen. That's super, super exciting. I think that definitely plays with respecting the click, is getting people further in the process than they would necessarily get if you say, oh, well, to see this, you have to go install our app, or to see this, you have to bypass this other barrier or whatever. It's super duper seamless. And I watched a demo video that you ran of it, and it is pretty neat. What's the second rule?
Yeah, I mean, I think the second rule is speed is conversion, right? And so, with mobile web, you go to your mobile website, there's all these different things. And I think like success story of Shopify and being someone who worked at Shopify for many, many years, like I take pride in it, but I also see it it really forces you into this typical funnel, which is a homepage or a landing page, a product page, a cart that looks like everyone else's, and a checkout that looks like everyone else's. And the reason we do that is because that is speed. That's what we know. That's what we trust. And that leads to higher conversion. And that's why Shopify can say, hey, when you're on our platform, conversion is better. Where I think Reactiv and where we're trying to take it a step further is we're trying to really partner up with Apple. And so if you're on an Apple device, like 90% of us in North America, why don't we give you a native experience that loads faster, has a cleaner UI, that has Apple Pay and things like that preloaded? We're trying to remove all of the friction, not just to improve UX, but to help compound that revenue as well. So that's kind of our thesis on speed at Reactiv.
And I think too, the 10 years ago version of that is that you don't want to make people think about clicking when they're on a website. You don't want to interrupt the flow by using language on a CTA button that makes them think twice, that sort of thing. And that those sort of UX barriers that have been a part of conversion optimization for so long, the rules and the game is changing where people are buying. I mean, everybody points to Amazon's interface as such a great optimized thing. It's so easy just to buy now. And whatever the different features are, you're talking about removing so many other barriers and making it easy to convert. I think there was also an element of the clips that allowed on the business side then to retarget or to push notify for people for a certain window. Is that correct? Am I getting that correct?
That is, yeah. And I think you touched on such a good point there with Amazon. Like if you look at Amazon's product pages or cart or home pages, it doesn't look like anyone else's on the internet. It's so ugly, but it works and it's fast. And I think that's kind of what we're trying to get to with clips. The power that we get and a cool benefit with Apple's technology is Apple gives us an 8-hour window without an opt-in to retarget that customer. And so Apple's thesis here is that, hey, someone is showing intent. Someone is either wanting to purchase, they want to interact. You have this short period of time to interact back with that customer. And so it's like, today, if someone comes to your website, maybe you'll email them in 2 days or 3 days if you capture it. It's like, no, they have intent now. Act on that intent, right? It's kind of like if you're trying to close a deal in business and it's like, as a sales leader, it's always like, go fast. Like if someone shows intent, like get them to close immediately before they want to talk to so-and-so and like mull on about it. The same way people make those decisions and being able to be fast, send that notification, hyper-specific, works really, really well.
Yeah. And that plays well with modern attention levels and people, they might be shopping for something, clicking on a link, opening it while having 3 other screens open, watching something and something else going on over here. And, God knows what, like that plays well into that. And we're not saying take advantage of people. We're saying make it as easy as possible for somebody in that moment when they see something they want to buy it and to follow up on it. I really like that these two rules kind of play really, really well together. You're respecting the click by giving people the opportunity to buy, not hiding like you mentioned earlier, not hiding the actual item that you wanted to see behind 3 more clicks, or it's not in stock, or it's not even on the website anymore. That can happen. That's happened for far too long. So this is a great couple of set of rules. So let's bring it home. What's rule number 3?
Yeah. And I think to tie it all nice together, I think rule number 3 is don't just think about converting that customer, think about capturing the customer for long term. And so the first purchase isn't necessarily the win. I think the retained relationship with that customer is. And so with that clip, with that 8 hours, if somebody makes a purchase, we can extend that period as well. And what's cool is like someone will buy something and then we send them a notification like, hey, here's your tracking update. And it's like, oh, you love this, come install the mobile app. And it's like, you can now re-engage them, you can bring them back, and you can turn into what was going to be like this one dead end into multiple touch points for free, right? You're not paying Meta again to recontact that customer. And that's where the CAC actually drops. And when you look at CAC LTV over time, that is where this equation makes so much more sense, is having that third purchase, being able to, recontact with that customer.
Right. Yeah. No, getting that first, not to get all woo woo, but coming from it's coming from an abundance mindset. Like we can get this person, we were seeking people who are going to buy more than one thing from us on more than one occasion and build customers and that's how you're building a real serious business. You're not just trying to grab and put dollars into Google and get revenue out of Google. And I think that what we're talking about here, the combination of all 3 of these rules is a really intentional way to approach things, to say, yes, we are paying for clicks, but those are people with an intention. They're coming to the website, they're coming to the app, they're coming to the app clip. Let's convert them. Let's make it as easy as possible for them, because if they have a great experience, then they're more likely to come back around, and things just compound and scale from there. That all really makes sense. When people are using reactive clips, they are they using it for just kind of out of curiosity? Are they using it for their entire catalog? Are they using it for portions of it? Is it really just something that's loaded up for their campaign? What does that look like?
Yeah, so it is. I think what we've seen is it's kind of brand specific. I wish there was a silver bullet. I think we're getting towards it, but we haven't yet. And so if your AOV is around like the $50-$60 mark, for some of our brands that sell coffee and accessories and things like that, they turn it on for everything. And it works really, really well. And their conversion is 3 to 4 times better than what they're getting on their mobile web or on an equivalent landing page. So that's really cool. And then we have some brands, Cozy Earth is a really good example. They send like a $400 pair of sheets, like mattresses and things like that. And they're the best in the world. Like, they're incredible. But they run it specifically for specific products and collections that they're trying to push. And they constantly change and edit those. So it really depends based on a brand, the AOV, what they're trying to sell, and what that looks like. And we have a team as well. So we have a team of CSMs that work with the brand to kind of figure out what that looks like. What's the best playbook here? And we're kind of learning as well as we go. Like, a year ago, this would just point to a product page. And today we have landing pages and collections. And now we have a home button, and you can take them to essentially a home page. It's really, really cool. So it's just getting better and better over time.
So if somebody's listening and they're intrigued by this idea and they're looking for ways to grow in 2026 and really scale up, waiting till Black Friday is not the time to do that. Work on this stuff now. Where can they find Reactiv, get in touch with the team, and where can they connect with you?
Yeah. So, I mean, easy to find us, Reactiv, that's without the E.ai. So on our website, and you can book a demo. We have a QR code on there. It's hard to find. It's in this like green color. We're working on it. But if you go there, you can try it yourself. If you open it on your iPhone, you could just click in one tap and try it for yourself there. Otherwise on LinkedIn. I think all of us, the entire team, is on LinkedIn.
Awesome. Well, Ross, great set of rules. This is super intriguing technology. I can't wait to see where you build it out from here. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Sean. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Lucky Orange Show. Before we go, if you haven't tried Lucky Orange yet, head over to www.luckyorange.com for a free 7-day trial of our leading conversion rate optimization toolkit. What's in that toolkit? Well, let's start with session recordings and heat maps. With session recordings, you can watch a full playback of an entire visitor journey on your website. Everywhere they click, scroll, move, everything they do in your site, a full playback. So you can see what's getting in the way of conversions and what is getting people over that finish line to convert. With dynamic heat maps, you can see the average visitor behavior on a page. So you can see clicks, moves, and scrolls. You can see how far down the page the average visitor is scrolling. And if something is below that line, that means that more than 50% of visitors are not seeing that. Lucky Orange also offers tools like live chat, announcements, and surveys so that you can communicate with your website visitors in real time. So again, if you have not tried Lucky Orange, or if you're not a user yet, head over to luckyorange.com, check it out, 7-day free trial with no credit card required. If you're a Shopify store owner, head over to the Shopify App Store to download the Lucky Orange app to your store today, as well as BigCommerce, HubSpot, Square, and many more. Check us out, and happy optimizing.